Hello and welcome to today's April 6th Daily News Report. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. You watch this channel each day because I keep you in the loop on what's really going on in Washington, D.C. with President Biden and the U.S. economy, so let's jump right in. I want to thank today's video sponsor, ShipStation, and I'm going to tell you how you can save money with your company later in today's video. Okay, Democrats are still struggling to shift high gas price blame from President Biden over to Putin or COVID or over to the gas companies. However, today, Congress will be grilling CEOs from top oil companies over why are gas prices so high, how much profits are you taking, and are you gouging the American people? The title of the hearing is Big Oil and America's Pain at the Pump, implying that high gas prices are 100% the fault of these companies and that President Biden had nothing to do with this. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not saying that President Biden is 100% to blame for these high gas prices, but his policies and lack of attention to inflation for many, many months did allow inflation, prices, and gas prices to balloon out of control. And so here we sit with these high prices and the blame trying to be shifted fully to big oil or fully shifted over to Vladimir Putin. Now, several analysts predict today's hearing with big oil won't help shift public opinion. So honestly, I'm just hoping that they get some answers. It's become increasingly clear that Biden, it appears Biden would rather have higher gas prices than pump more gas here at home. Some are saying this is because it would be like admitting that Donald Trump was right about being energy independent. Okay, this is what is in the news today. Now, on a positive note, I love sharing the positive with you. According to Bloomberg News, the United States has exported more oil in the last month than they imported. So it looks like we are moving in the right direction, and hopefully we see the price of gas coming down because of it. And if big oil is price gouging, then personally, I want to know about it, right? Like, I don't want anyone getting gouged at the gas pumps unnecessarily. However, Senator Bernie Sanders has a different idea. Sanders announced that he wants all large corporations and big oil to pay a 95% tax on all company profits. Now, there are things I really like about Bernie Sanders, but as a business owner, a 95% tax on my business profits would make me want to work less, hire less, grow less, and earn less money. Nothing about giving 95% of my profits to the government makes me want to work any harder. I mean, we all know just how efficient the government is with money, right? Sadly, these companies would just raise prices on you and me, and then the money would go to the government, and then the government would probably just give it to other countries. Or at least that's the pattern that I've been seeing. Sanders says this would be an emergency tax that would only be in place until the end of 2024. Now, again, if there is price gouging going on, I do want to know about it, but I'm not sure a 95% tax is leading the country in the right direction. Now, I have a lot more information to share with you, but first let me take 1 minute to tell you about today's video sponsor. I want to thank today's video sponsor, ShipStation. So many of you in my YouTube community recommended your work with ShipStation to save money that they've asked to sponsor my video again. Now, the U.S. economy is off to a good start for many businesses, and the habit of buying things online isn't going away. And right now, companies all across the country are looking for ways to save money, and I want to make you look good to your boss by helping you save money with ShipStation. Members of my YouTube community and the company they work for can get a 60-day free trial by going to shipstation.com/Stephen Gardner. ShipStation makes handling orders and shipping needs affordable and painless. Did you know that over 100,000 businesses use ShipStation to ship and save money? So head to shipstation.com/Stephen Gardner to get your 60-day free trial. Help your company compete by shipping more in less time while saving money. I'm going to leave a link down below so that you can copy and paste it to your boss or manager today. Now, let's go ahead and get back to today's news update. In some good news, as expected, President Joe Biden has committed to extending the student loan moratorium repayment through August 31st. The moratorium was going to expire on May 1st, so less than 30 days from now. Since 2020, student loans have been frozen due to COVID-19. This extension marks the fifth renewal of freezing to help people avoid the stress that would come with having those payments reinstituted. Now, Biden stated that analysts had told him that loan payments right now on millions of Americans would cause millions of delinquencies and defaults and further hurt a recovering American economy. So this is very good news for about 45 million people. And I know many of you right here in my YouTube community will benefit from having another 90 to 100 day extension on your student loan repayments. The head of the Department of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, wants to allow the 1 million newly arrived illegal immigrants to stay in the country. He said most aren't even showing up for their court hearings after we trusted them to come into the country, and it's going to save the American taxpayer billions of dollars in just allowing them to stay in the country. Now, I know there's a lot of mixed feelings about that. I mean, we already have 25 million people in the country right now that would love to become American citizens, and yet all this money is going to these new people coming into the country that aren't paying taxes, that don't have jobs. And so anyway, that's what he's saying. I'm going to save the country a ton of money by just allowing these people to stay in the country. China, unsurprisingly, has decided to side with Russia, stating that the West should avoid unfounded accusations regarding the disturbing attacks on Ukrainian citizens. Now, if you didn't see my morning video from yesterday, go watch that, because there's a lot of really horrific things happening in Ukraine, and Russia is saying that it's the Nazis in Ukraine that are doing this, not them, and Ukraine and the United States is saying, no, we think it's the Russian military. So go watch that video. However, China's foreign ministry said the U.S. needs to stop fanning the flames by imposing sanctions and making false accusations without 100% evidence. They said if you really want things to de-escalate with Russia, you need to remove the sanctions. So it seems that China is moving more and more towards having a long-term relationship with Russia. Biden just released details of new sanctions against Russia, which will impose sanctions on Vladimir Putin's daughter, the largest banks in Russia, and other high-ranking officials. In recent daily updates, I discussed why previous sanctions didn't work against Russia. Now we already have data that suggests Putin will actually benefit from the sanctions from the United States. And here's why. Because sanctions caused the price of oil to rise all around the globe, Russia will benefit by being a major oil producer. In fact, Bloomberg News estimated that Putin and Russia will earn $320 billion, which is a 30% increase because of these sanctions. So we slapped these sanctions on them, and what did they get? A 30% raise. So our gas prices supposedly went up because of Putin, but Putin is now going to get $320 billion. So how is this hurting Putin again? Asking for a friend. I don't know. All right. Now, many analysts are saying that this might be a short-term victory for Russia, but long-term, as countries start to pump their own oil and gas, dependence on Russian oil and gas will go down, and overall that will hurt Putin, but that's many, many years from now, not anything immediate. Okay, recently I reported that Elon Musk from Tesla became the largest shareholder of Twitter. In fact, he has 4 times more ownership than Jack Dorsey, who started Twitter. It has been confirmed that he will be joining the board of directors. Twitter's current CEO tweeted, that Elon Musk is both a passionate believer and an intense critic of Twitter's services, and that's exactly what we need at Twitter and in the boardroom. And so they are excited to have Elon Musk, or they don't really have a choice. He's the largest shareholder, so maybe they're just saying these things. Now, while many see this as a big win for free speech on social media platforms, mainstream media, for example, NBC News, said that free speech should be limited, especially on large social media platforms, due to the potential dangerous public interaction or popularizing of false information. So they're basically saying there shouldn't be free speech because it could lead to danger and false information. Twitter stock flew up 30% after this was announced about Elon Musk. And all this is happening while the rest of the stock market is their 200-day moving average is down. And so a lot of stocks are down today, and here's why. These declines came after Jerome Powell of the Federal Reserve stated that financial conditions need to tighten. If it doesn't happen on its own, the Fed will have to shock the markets to achieve the desired response. Essentially, they're willing to tank the stock market in order to get inflation under control. Now, until inflation is under control, it appears the stock market will be volatile. Now, most stocks are in the red today, and crypto took a 6 to 7% tumble. But don't panic. These stocks tend to drop and then bounce back. As long as you have invested in good companies, you should be just fine. Well, be grateful that you don't live in Germany. It was announced yesterday that German citizens saw an overnight price increase on groceries of between 20 to 50%, depending on the item you buy. I mean, we're already dealing with ridiculously high grocery prices. Can you imagine them jumping 50% overnight here in the United States? That's what Germany's dealing with right now. All right, now this is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more with you. Before you go, make sure to sign up to be one of the 60 winners. Casey and I are giving away $100 gas gift cards. We know these high gas prices are hurting a lot of people, and this is what we were able to come up with thanks to generous video sponsors. Also, if you work for a company that does any kind of shipping, go sign up for ShipStation or copy and paste and email that to your boss or manager today. You will look really, really good by saving your company money. Also, go check out the video that I did last night. Canada came up with an idea to make gas very cheap here in the United States, and I have shown how the White House responded to Canada's offer. So go check that out. Now, before you go, I just want to remind you that you are amazing. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.